Episode 4, Predictive Processing, the Brain as a Prediction Machine. What is consciousness? So far, we have asked what consciousness is. Is it reflection? Is it global access? Is it integrated information? Now we ask a different question. What is the brain actually doing? Because, according to predictive processing, the brain is not reacting to reality. It is predicting it. Core idea. Predictive processing proposes something radical. The brain does not passively receive the world through the senses. Instead, it constantly generates models of the world. It predicts what it expects to see, hear, and feel. Sensory input is not the starting point. Prediction is how it works. The brain builds hierarchical models. At higher levels, it predicts abstract patterns. At lower levels, it predicts sensory details. When incoming sensory data matches the prediction, nothing dramatic happens. But when reality does not match expectation, an error signal appears. This is called prediction error. The brain's job is to reduce that error. It can do this in two ways: update the model, or act on the world to make it match the model. Perception and action are both forms of error correction. Consciousness in this model. So where does consciousness fit? In predictive processing, conscious experience is closely tied to precision. Some prediction errors matter more than others. When a signal is assigned high precision, it enters awareness. Attention is the brain deciding which errors deserve updating. Consciousness becomes a dynamic negotiation between expectation and surprise. The philosophical twist. Some thinkers go further. They suggest we do not directly perceive reality at all. We experience a controlled hallucination. A best guess, continuously updated. The world we see is the brain's most stable prediction. Comparison with higher order. Theory says consciousness happens when the mind thinks about its own states. Reflection creates awareness. Predictive processing does not require a higher order thought. Awareness emerges from model updating and precision weighting. It is functional, not reflective. Comparison with GWT, Global Workspace Theory, says consciousness happens when information is broadcast across the brain. Predictive processing says information is always flowing. The real issue is not broadcasting, it is error minimization. Consciousness is less about access and more about relevance. Comparison with IIT, integrated information. Theory says consciousness depends on how integrated a system is. Predictive processing does not measure integration. It describes a computational strategy. Instead of asking how much consciousness a system has, it asks how the system reduces uncertainty. IIT begins with experience and moves towards structure. Predictive processing begins with structure and explains experience as inference. Strengths. Predictive processing unifies perception, action, learning, and attention. It connects neuroscience with Bayesian probability. It explains illusions, hallucinations, and even certain psychiatric conditions as prediction imbalances. It is mathematically grounded. Criticisms. But critics argue it may explain cognition without fully explaining experience. Reducing error does not automatically explain why there is something it feels like. Does prediction generate consciousness? Or does it merely describe brain function? Closing. If predictive processing is correct, then you are not passively observing reality. You are constantly constructing it. Your experience is a living model, shaped by expectation, corrected by surprise. And perhaps the deepest question becomes this: are we discovering the world, or are we continuously guessing it? Outro. Higher order theory gave us reflection. Global workspace theory gave us access. Integrated information theory gave us structure. Predictive processing gives us prediction. Next, we may need to ask whether consciousness is computational at all, or whether something even deeper remains unexplained.